One of the largest and most unexpected stories of 2023 has been Elon Musk, a billionaire and CEO of the Bluebird, taking control of the company. The business owner, who intended to shake up the platform, succeeded in doing so by dismissing more than half of his staff as soon as he took over. Elon has once again chosen to alter the rules for the platform, even though the majority of us aren't over this fact in and of itself. What does this mean for the future of Twitter and its employees, given recent reports that over 10,000 additional employees may be let go by the owner once more? Why is there such a large-scale firing going on? And how will Elon Musk handle the fallout from this hire and fire? Most crucially, what piece of the game's jigsaw is the commoner missing? The initial round of Twitter layoffs came as a shock to the globe, unlike any other, yet despite appearances to the contrary, the firing process is still far from done. The Twitter team of Elon Musk recently announced that as a part of their restructuring plan, some staff from their remaining public policies team had also been let go. Days after the corporation let go engineers in its infrastructure vertical, word of the firing spread online. Thus, it wouldn't come as a surprise that the public and employees were disgruntled and disappointed with Musk's decision. When one of Twitter's public policy team members, Skeetus, tweeted that she had been fired, the news received a ton of attention. As half of the remaining public policy staff was let go by the firm, Skeetus wrote, "Yesterday was my last day at Twitter. It's hard to describe how grateful I feel to have had this wonderful chance." The former employer, who was a member of the public policy team, also disclosed that half of the remaining members of the team have been fired from the organization. "I am incredibly proud of the job we did to safeguard civilians throughout international wars in Iran, Libya, Ukraine, and other countries. I'm very proud of how I handled the Safety Council and our trust until it was settled last week," tweeted she. Since late October, the corporation has been continuously terminating employees and cutting its workforce by more than half. Even if some losses were willful, a couple ended up costing the Bluebird a lot more than they had budgeted. As the new workplace culture and leadership proved to be incompatible for them, disgruntled individuals have started leaving the workforce. The public policy team played a crucial role, especially on Twitter, as it was responsible for interacting with lawmakers and civil society on issues including free speech, privacy, and online safety, according to Reuters. Twitter's public policy chief, Shanae McSweety, left the company after a massive firing in her department. Without a sure, the social media platform that today takes extra pride in being the final medium that still genuinely permits freedom of speech among the general public must have an incredibly powerful public policy staff. These choices have been made with full disclosure of the company's priorities, which places a greater emphasis on profits and economic expansion than on its workers or employees. Businesses that solely see their personnel as expenses to be eliminated rather than as assets are more likely to commit enormous errors. It goes without saying that this has sparked discussion regarding Musk's leadership styles and decisions, as the billionaire appears to be a bit disorganized. The controversial decision made by the digital giant to take control of Twitter has already slightly altered people's opinions of the man. The fact that Twitter is currently performing worse than ever, with major brands pulling out of their campaigns on the site and the firm suffering significant losses, doesn't help. Yes, there is a great probability that the platform will experience a boom in the near future. However, if things continue as they are, Elon's worthiness in the eyes of investors will inevitably decline, and the decline has already started. Many investors are already concerned about Chief Executive Elon Musk's distractions as he oversees a large number of firms in addition to his habit of microblogging on Twitter. His connection with the current Twitter staff is gradually deteriorating. It is acceptable to state that the once messiah is now just a devil in disguise after the billionaire fired staff with zero regard for the issues, like an engineer for fact-checking assertions about the app running slowly in some countries and a dozen others for criticizing him on social media sites. Though the Twitter CEO tweeted, "I would want to apologize for terminating these geniuses. Their enormous talent will no doubt be of great use elsewhere," he nonetheless expressed sorrow and remorse for his actions. In a different tweet, he said that he understands a little bit more than the person who built the coding for the website because his other venture, Starlink, is rebuilding the internet. But the IT wizard is aware that the waters are dangerous. Elon attempted to rehire some of the workers he had fired a few months prior. In a last-ditch effort to save the platform, Elon had sent emails to the Twitter staff asking anyone who actually writes software to report in and learn about Twitter's tech stack. However, the sad truth is that even if Musk is successful in obtaining this information, he probably won't be able to save the platform. The bulk of Twitter's personnel have been laid off, which has also affected Twitter's ability to know why hate speech is slipping past its filters, to guard against cyber attacks, and to prevent disruptions and failures during periods of high traffic. Without this expertise and talent, Twitter would only be an office structure with a few patents and a name without the ability to maintain or even clean up its service. It's unlikely to suddenly stop functioning, but there will be faults and glitches, a decline in the caliber of the services provided, and an increase in abusive tweets. According to Richard Forno, Assistant Director of the University of Maryland Center for Cybersecurity, as quoted by the New York Times, how far would an automobile go before it crashes if you put it on the road, press the accelerator, and then leap out? Not for long if things continue as they are. Moreover, Elon has employed other cost-cutting measures in addition to layoffs. If you thought his cost-cutting measures were absurd, the news we have in store for you will drive you insane. According to a New York Times report, the corporation reduced housekeeping services, so the surviving staff at the social networking platform San Francisco headquarters have started carrying their own toilet paper to the filthy office. After the janitors went on strike for better pay, there were layoffs. A typical reaction to sudden, dramatic firing in a business setting. In addition, Mr. Musk decided to shut down one of Twitter's data centers in Sacramento, California, despite staff's worry that it would negatively impact the site's performance. One of the 3 crucial server facilities that kept the social networking operational is the center. The New York Times reported that several Express employees are concerned that giving up the server will lead to issues, but they have been told that cutting cost is currently the top priority. Even after the epidemic, Elon Musk has started to embrace the entire work-from-home culture. This is mostly due to the fact that the business no longer makes any rent payments at all to the Seattle building. The microblogging site will probably only have offices in New York City and San Francisco, claims the article. However, the business is alleged to have neglected to pay rent at both its San Francisco and Bay Area offices. A company office in New York also let go of cleaners and security personnel. According to the New York Times, some Twitter employees have been put off by Mr. Musk's unpredictable and hands-on management style. Additionally, he has asked for help in finding workers who have told the media about the company's procedures. According to reports, the billionaire is seeking to reduce Twitter's non-labor cost by $500 million. Twitter is on the verge of falling into a ditch from which it may be impossible to recover due to its dire circumstances and ineffective strategies. The IT genius needs to start over because the existing tactics are obviously unproductive and inefficient if he wants to preserve the $44 billion Bluebird. It's high time, with a $13 billion loan from the banks concurrently. Elon begins to play his best game because the consequences of a loss could be extremely severe. It would be quite interesting to see how Twitter and its staff do in the future, layoffs or no, as it offers some real-time entertainment that seems too good to be true. What do you think about the layoffs then? Do you consider Elon's plan to be wise?